Hey guys, what's up? So, I did it. I shaved my goatee into a mustache. Oh, and I guess, I also installed Dead Island 2 and played that, and I made a video. You may be aware of the Dead Island franchise from its amazing trailers that it puts out before the game is released. And if that's all you know about the game, then I'm sorry to tell you, the game is nothing like the trailers, nowhere near as cinematic or emotionally charged. I remember seeing the trailer for the first game and I was so excited to play it, and then the gameplay footage was released and reviews started coming out, and I realized, yeah, this game's probably not for me. So I kind of checked out of the franchise. Would seem like 10 years later, the second game came out, and it wasn't really on my radar because I wasn't really impressed with the gameplay from the first game. But just recently, the sequel to Dead Island 2, was released on the Xbox Gamepass. Which, I don't know if you guys know what Xbox Gamepass is. It's this amazing service, basically like a Netflix for video games, where you can try out a game from a large catalog of games. And for someone like me who has gaming ADD, it's perfect because I can jump in, try a game, see if I like it. And even if I do like it, I typically get bored before the end of a game and I want to try something new, which I'm able to do for free. So that's pretty cool. I like that. This video is not sponsored by Xbox Game Pass, for the record. Let's talk about the best part about this game. Hands down, it's got to be the graphics. This game is absolutely freaking gorgeous. The gore effects are top notch. Now, when I watched reviews for this game about a year ago when it came out, a lot of the channels on YouTube had to censor out the gore because they were afraid of losing monetization. But for me on my channel, and my humble following of just like 130 people, I don't have to worry about monetization. So let's let the good times roll. And the heads. As you pummel these zombies, you'll see their bodies get twisted and deformed with each blow. And each different weapon that you can use in the game will cause different types of damage to the zombies. Like you can bash their heads in with bats, you can claw at them with these like razor claw, hand mitten things, or slice them in half with a katana. And the developers did a great job recreating Los Angeles. It's almost a one-for-one representation of what Los Angeles is. Absolutely stunning. Speaking of the world, let's talk about the open world. Dead Island 2 offers a distinctive approach to the open world design, taking a departure from the traditional sprawling, seamless open world layout. Rather than creating one massive, uninterrupted map, the game breaks the world into smaller, highly detailed sections, each with its own unique characteristics and environments. This structure provides a more focused and immersive experience as players explore distinct areas that each feel crafted and unique rather than just a large and mostly empty world. While the map is divided into smaller chunks, the sections are still interconnected in ways that encourage exploration. While the overall world might be segmented, the design in each section is rich with detail. Each neighborhood or district feels dense, as the game places emphasis on making every building, street, and landmark feel lived in. This means more environmental storytelling, like abandoned cars, broken down shops, and personal touches that convey the former life of the people who once lived there. One of my favorite sections I ran into in the early game was, I noticed I was fighting all these people in like tuxedos and these girls who seemed to be wearing bridesmaids' dresses as I entered this hotel. And I battled my way through bridesmaids and hotel clerks and maids. And at the end of that, I ran into the big bad of that area, which was the bride, who is comically big and strong. And I had to dip, dive, dodge, and swing my heart out to take her down. Which leads me into my next section, gameplay. Like I mentioned earlier, this game is very gory. Each swing of your melee weapon really feels like it has a major impact on the zombies you're connecting with. There are all different types of weapons that you can use. You got your smaller melee weapons, which allow you to connect with your enemy more, dealing a large amount of damage over time. You also have your larger melee weapons, which aren't very useful on one-on-one encounters, but when you got multiple zombies coming at you, it's very satisfying swinging a big wrench and connecting with multiple zombies at once. There are also guns in the game, which can be really useful when you're taking on the larger variants of the zombie types. My favorite firearm to use is probably the nail gun. I just like the idea of taking out people with a nail gun. I think that's pretty badass. You can also perform a drop kick, which really doesn't do a lot of damage, but it's pretty satisfying when you kick them into something that's going to take them out or kick them out a window. But combining that drop kick with the open world environment, you'll find that there's actually some pretty creative ways that you can kill zombies, whether you're knocking them into a pool full of corrosive material or using these water jugs and live wires to create these electrified puddles that can take out multiple zombies at once. I really appreciate the creative ways these devs allow us to take out these zombies. Now, between all of this chaos, mayhem, and gore, there is a story. And I'm just going to lay it out to you flat. This story's not for me. All the characters in this game are big, bombastic characterizations of people who live in LA. And honestly, I kind of just found them annoying. Especially my own character. I went with Carla, and she chimes in every now and then. And every time, 95% of the time, I find myself just rolling my eyes.
Wow, looks like we're fully booked. Better grab my seat.
Please stop talking. Please. I'm really not into the story. It's just not my preferred style of storytelling. I much prefer something like GTA 4 that's a little bit more grounded in reality.
We're all looking for that special someone. I need to know what happened. Give me that.
It helps me immerse myself into the story, rather than something like Saints Row that's just constantly trying to be funny.
Was that a gunshot?
Yeah, they shot the dealer.
That is so unprofessional.
And isn't. This game definitely leans a little bit more towards that Saints Row style of storytelling.
Big, giant, sweaty, dangling horse testes just swinging in the goddamn breeze, knocking back and forth like a pair of motherfucking clappers in a giant horse flesh crotch bell.
The mission design is also pretty lackluster. It essentially boils down to you running to a certain location, killing a bunch of small zombies, finding a key, unlocking a door, and then fighting a big bad at the end, which just has you whacking a big zombie with a stick over and over until it perishes. But what can we really ask for from a zombie game in terms of story and mission design? I don't know how they could have really spiced that up. I don't know, maybe giving you a companion or something, because the entire game you're just running around alone. Even though you're surrounded by all these living individuals, they're not really helping you at all. They're just kind of chilling at the penthouse while I'm going out doing all the dirty work. There's also a new multiplayer game mode that was recently added to the game, which I tried out with some random people. I don't think I'm going to be able to convince my friends to get this game, especially considering my brother plays on a laptop, and with these graphics, I'm sure it would melt his PC. But it was kind of fun going out into the world with other people, watching each other's backs. So all in all, is the game worth it? For me, it was a resounding yes. Of course it is. It was free. It was on Game Pass. I'll download it and give it a shot. Why not? Would I personally buy this game? No. Does that mean I didn't enjoy the game? No. It just means I'm a cheap bastard. There's a lot of enjoyment to be had with this game. And if you like swinging axes and killing zombies, this game could be for you, especially considering you can do it with friends. It's just my friends don't have good PCs, so I have to play it by myself or with strangers. The graphics were gorgeous, the gameplay was fun, chopping up zombies really didn't get all that old for me, but I could really care less about the storyline, so I probably will never really finish this game. I had my fun, I'm ready to move on to something else, which is the great thing about Game Pass. I promise this video is not sponsored by Game Pass. But Game Pass, if you're watching, you know, I have an open schedule. I could be sponsored by somebody. So what are your thoughts about Dead Island 2? Have you tried it? What did you think of the storyline? Let me know down in the comments down below. If you like this video, you know, just hitting the like button, it means the world to me. Maybe hit that subscribe button. My channel's growing at a snail's pace, so I'm ready for, you know, for those numbers to go up. And if you made it this far in the video, No! Yeah, I'm going to wrap it up. I just want to...
Get the fuck off of there!
I'm just thanking him for getting this far in the video.
Listen to me.
Okay.
No choice now.
Okay, yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, sure.
It looks
Yeah,
like
I'll say that.
regurgitated dog shit. Fuck off.